John's a big Tiger supporter. He just got solar power installed. He used to spend $600 per quarter on power, but with his new bill plus Metro Solar Easy Payments, he's saving $169 per quarter from day one. That adds up to $88,000 after 25 years. So no, John can't own his power company, but he can own his solar system.
Really good. Cotchin, like the captain we talked about.
G'day Tiger fans, welcome to Raw Vision, and we've got a special today. We've got the skipper of the Richmond Footy Club, Trent Cotchin, joining us here in the Graham Richmond room. Cotch, how you going, mate?
Pretty good, yeah, looking forward to a little bit of time away from the footy club, but yeah, I think the promising thing for us was last weekend's game was getting back to where we wanted to be, and we'll be able to take that going into next week against the D's.
What about your form, mate? It's been, I guess, an up and down start to the year for the team, but how have you seen your own performance?
Yeah, probably similar to the team, up and down. I feel that I'm still winning enough contested footy, but I'd love to get a little bit more free-flowing footy on the outside and hopefully hurt some teams on the scoreboard as well.
Now, we're a scrutinised club, the Richmond Footy Club. How have you assessed our performance? You know, a lot of critics out there at the moment.
Yeah, there certainly is, and that's their job to criticise or find the positives for us. But within our four walls, we know exactly where we're heading. Obviously, we're not pumped about a 2-5 start, and we'd love to be in a better position, but there's still faith. We're working hard on a lot of different areas that we think can really help us going into the middle part of the year and hopefully get a few more results swinging our way.
No doubt our style of ball movement will be one thing that you've been looking at. There's obviously been criticism of that it's too slow and we're not getting the ball moving, but I think the last 2 weeks you can really see some improvement there.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, all teams find it easier to defend when you're just going long down the line. So the more we can get our chains up and going from centre back, I think we were number 1 or number 2 side in the competition last year from that part of the ground in particular. We'll start to see a little bit more freedom, and hopefully guys are just backing themselves in. I think that's where we've lacked guys willing to take on the tackle and release another guy who's out in space. So I think we saw that definitely in the last couple of weeks, in particular on the weekend against the Cats.
Is it as simple as that? Is it as simple as confidence, or is it tinkering with a few things in the actual plan?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of both. I mean, the coaching staff need to give you the tick of approval to take on the tackle and start to release guys, and I think we've been playing a little bit too safe, which it might help you with regards to the opposition scoring less against you, but it doesn't give you an opportunity to score. And to win footy matches, not only do you have to defend, but you also have to score. So they're just a few little things that we've tinkered with, whether it's structurally or just the way we're trying to move the ball over the past probably month or so.
And personnel helps. Rance and Deletti on the weekend, instantly you look better.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Rancey's one of our directors down there, makes sure that guys are playing their role, especially in the back half, but also with the midfield. He's always talking to us and trying to direct us to the most dangerous space for the opposition. So it was great to have him back. I know that the other key backs were very happy to have him. And then Lids, I think his first touch on the weekend summed up exactly probably what we've lacked from a couple of our players. He just broke the line. Granted, he kicked it over Ty's head and it went straight to Harry Taylor, but he's copped a little bit for that this week. But yeah, it's just good to see some of our major ball winners back, and even just, I think that gives a little bit more confidence for the young guys to take the game on, and we saw some rewarded for it on the weekend with the likes of Conker and Dusty getting a lot of the footy.
There's always positives even when things aren't going as you would like, and I reckon Dave Asprey would be one of those.
Oh, certainly. I mean, he's had probably a couple of really good pre-seasons this year in particular, and I mean, he's played on 2 or 3 of the best forwards in the game at the moment and done a really good job on them. So we can't ask anything more from him, but we've just got to take a leaf out of his book and make sure that each and every one of us are playing our role within the side.
Well, hard not to play well in that number, Trent, let's be honest. So.
He's got big shoes to fill, yeah, that's for sure.
Hey, what about the importance of Conker, Ellis and Bloston in the midfield? I mean, they're the players that are really going to make us better through that area.
Yeah, Dimmer's asked a lot of those sort of players. to lift their game and get to a new level, and I think we're starting to see that happen. Reece, we know, has a lot of talent. I think his best game for the club was probably on the weekend. Not only was he winning that inside footy, but he was able to turn it into outside footy, which is something we've lacked in the early parts of this season. And Brando had his highest contested game for I think this season, and probably most of his career. So that's a positive sign. And Nick's just a really courageous player, playing mainly down back, but hopefully we'll see him play through the midfield a little bit more through the middle part of the season and get his numbers up as well.
Going into the bye, do you sit back and look at what your expectations are now after the break?
Yeah, you're consistently reviewing where we're at as a group, what we've done so far. Probably not exactly where we wanted to be at this stage of the year, but there's full faith there and we know exactly what we're working towards. We took some really good forward steps against the Cats. Granted, we let them have a jump of 5 or 6 goals. So we know that the consistency has to be there to challenge not only the great sides, but also we see how even the competition is now. You have to be on for every game and make sure that you put in a 4-quarter performance, otherwise results can go missing.
Some players playing pretty well at VFL level, Miles, and will we see Ben Lennon in the second half of the year, do you think?
Yeah, I'd like to think we'd see a couple of the young guys that have been drafted into the club have a game or two. I think Benny, we might see him play. He's been playing half back and half forward, so it's good that he has both strings to his bow. And Miles is just a courageous inside player. I think he had 23 contested possessions in the VFL win on the weekend, 13 clearances. I think it was only 6 handball received, so he goes and gets it and works hard. So yeah, I mean, for a younger guy to be winning that sort of possession, even at VFL level, is really impressive, and hopefully they both get an opportunity if they keep playing some really good footy.
What about yourself, mate? Where do you want to improve your game in the second half of the year?
Yeah, as I said earlier, I think it's more those chain plays, so it's okay to get your 20 to 25 touches, but when you become an elite midfielder is when you see the likes of Gary Ablett, who have a 2 or 3 possession chain that ends up inside 50 and probably a score assist as well. So that's just where I see myself, and it's probably back to work rate, seeing where the space is to run and yeah, just accumulating the possession and making the most of them. My efficiency's been down just because of probably the contested nature of how I've been winning it, but yeah, hopefully a little bit more free flowing, and it helps when your team's up and about and we're winning a lot more of the ball than we have.
Will you still go forward a little bit second half of the year?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you look at all the good midfielders in the competition and they kick goals. So again, we want our team, Dusty, Lids, Conks, Jacko, all impacting the scoreboard at some stage in the game, and I'll hopefully be doing the same.
Now, a few weeks ago you were mauled by Macaffer for Collingwood, and a fair bit of fallout from that game, but since then I've noticed around the comp, a lot of the on-ballers are getting easier free kicks now. Have you had any phone calls from them? Surely you've helped them all out.
No phone calls. Sammy Mitchell was actually into me about it when we played them. He thought I was having a sook, but I mean, the thing was that Macaffer obviously played within the rules that night. There was no free kicks awarded, so he did his job, and that's how I saw it. I felt that he won the battle, but I look forward to the next time we play on each other, because I learn a lot from that game, and I've taken a lot forward from there as well. But it is good to see just that little bit more of awareness around stoppage and so forth, because you look at the forwards and so forth and they get held and generally are awarded a free kick. So yeah, it's been a massive talking point. I didn't think it would create that much controversy, but no, that's AFL, I suppose.
Now mate, you're going to be a father later on in the year. How's it all going, and are you ready to go or not? Yeah,
ready to go, excited. Getting some babysitting practice in wherever I can at the moment, changing nappies, checking for the number 2s. It's all a little bit daunting, but as well as exciting. I mean, Brooke's doing a fantastic job, very challenging for the female in comparison to the male, but yeah, we're excited. I think we're nearly halfway there now, and yeah, it's all starting to become a little bit more real when you see the scans and there's actually something growing inside your wife's stomach. It's pretty big experience. Exciting, but a little bit scary too. A little bit nerve-wracking, but no, I think we'll be fine. Brooke's very good with handling that sort of stuff, so I've just got to make sure that I do my role. Well done. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Richard. And have a nice break. Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, mate. Thank you.